Morning all. Here we are at Crewe Motorcycle Centre and in Crewe, in West Street in Crewe in Cheshire, and the owner, Roger, kindly invited me to test ride the new BSA Goldstar. So here we are in the silver. I tell you something, first impressions, it's a quite nice looking bike. So we'll have to see. Right, let's get on it. I'll tell you something, it's low. I can't believe how low it is. Now it's a bitterly cold day, so I might be lifting my visor up, down in it, and I've put some spray on it to hopefully stop it fogging up. Obviously this the Goldstar is a 650 single. I believe it's made by Rotax, and they know a thing or two, don't they, about engines. I'm quite a big fan of Rotax actually, because I mean, they've been making engines since the 20s and they've been raced by all manner of manufacturers like Aprilia and that, so I mean, they've got an idea what they're doing. And obviously we've been waiting a long time for this bike to come out, so a bit of town work, a bit of countryside work, but I can't believe how low it is. Obviously comparisons will be made against the Interceptor, but height wise alone, it's more like the Classic. And you got that nice thud of the 650 single. No heroics today, because the roads are going to be very greasy, because like I say, it's bitterly cold, and the spray that I put on the visor isn't doing its job, so I have to lift that up a bit. Honestly, I can't believe how small it is. I do like these clocks. They're a bit of a nod, aren't they, to the old Smith's clocks that the old bikes had back in the day. The funny thing is, it's because you get used to the neutral light or whatever being in the clocks, but it's right down there. So at first you can't figure out where it is. Clutch is nice and light. It's quite a reach for my little hands. Hopefully the video picks up the exhaust note. Now the exhaust, I believe it's got a removable baffle, so it would obviously sound a lot better with that taken out. I've done rode this bike before, but the mirrors are on only those pre-ride, you know, remember when those videos came out originally, about what, 12 months ago? And you got all those test riders riding it round a test track. I thought that the riding position seemed a bit odd, but they're not, they're fine. It's yeah, the bars are kind of high and wide. I'd say that they were wider than the Interceptor. Yeah, and they're kind of pulled back a bit. So it's a comfortable riding position. And looking at Ice Diddy's pictures of him riding his Kawasaki W800, I would say that they look a bit similar to that. Now, I haven't ridden a W800, so I can't say for sure, but the bars are very similar in shape. I don't like traffic, as you know. I think the clocks would benefit from being angled slightly this way. Only a bit, and that's a minor criticism really. And this bike has done 17 miles, so obviously taking it easy. Mind you, I'm taking it easy because the roads are horrible as well. So. Yeah, I think it's a 5-speed gearbox. The seat, when I first got on it, I thought, yeah, it's quite wide. So when you put your feet down, it catches like the inside of your thighs. But it's absolutely fine when you're on it. As you know, I've got a bony posterior, and I mean, I know I've only done a few miles now, haven't I? But actually feels okay. Brakes, oh there, that's not wrong with the brakes. I can't, it's, oh dear, it's I can't believe how small it is. I feel like I'm on a mini moto, even after riding Clementine. My classic 350. Hey, I tell you something, there's not wrong with the turn of speed. Yeah, we're in top. Bloody hell. Yeah. We're right now around this greasy roundabout. Kind of, the handling doesn't feel totally neutral somehow. That's nice. It's running the Pirelli Phantom Sport Comps, the same as the Interceptor. A tyre that I rate. I know a lot of people have got problems with them, but I haven't. Yeah, throttle roll-ons from, I was doing 60, very good. See, I don't really want to compare it to the Interceptor, but I know that everyone will. And so far, it's I suppose it's on a par. The suspension feels nice and plush. As opposed to the Interceptor, which is quite crashy on the rear. I mean, there I've just gone around that bend there in top gear, roll out. I'm not going into loads of specifications and that. There's lots of videos out already, and there will be a damn sight more. With people who know a damn sight more about what they're doing than I am. But from a rider's perspective, very nice. It's kind of surprisingly nice. I know that sounds like a stupid thing to say. Whether the tyre pressure's maybe not quite right on the front tyre, but I am getting a little bit more white lining than I do get on my Interceptor. And we're sitting here now doing 30. This is a little place called Worliston we've just come through, down in Cheshire. But as you know, I'm North Lancashire based on the Cumbria border, and we were coming down to visit relatives, so we thought when Roger said about coming and have a go on the bike, and I've known Roger a long time, he's a good bloke, cracking bloke to buy a bike off, very trustworthy, reliable, helpful. Yeah, he's been in the game a long time, he knows what he's doing. And I'm not just saying that because he's invited me to test ride the bike. I've had bikes off him, so I know what he's like, you know. Seating position, height wise and that, I would say is closer to the Classic 350 than to the Interceptor, because the Interceptor is slightly more, you're leaning forward more. The seat is definitely better than the standard Interceptor one, I will say that. Now, you know, I love my Interceptor, but anyway, I'm going to turn in here now. There's an Aqueduct Marina and I'll take some photos. I find the one thing I'll tell you I am finding is that I'm having to bring my foot inwards quite a bit to go onto the brake pedal somehow. We're at here we are at Aqueduct Marina. We used to when we lived on narrowboats, we were on here for a while. Yeah, you put your feet down, no bother. I mean, what am I, 5'9", my knees bent, flat-footed, easy to find the side stand, and a little light on there says the side stands down, look. Right, let's have it. Right, let's have a walk round, eh? I'll tell you what I really think is, I'm really impressed with, is obviously they tried to style it on the original Goldstar DB, what was it, 34 or 32, and I think they've done a cracking job of making the engine look like a pre-unit engine that was in those days. Pre-unit, for those who don't know what I'm talking about, was where the engine and the gearbox were separate and they were joined together with a drive chain. And I think they've done a very good job of making it look like that. So the radiator, to be honest, which is something that I really, in all the pictures and everything, I really wasn't sure about the radiator, but it's there, it does a purpose, and once you're kind of used to it being there, it looks alright. It's not, I don't think it's too bad. No, I think it's alright. Yeah, but my only gripe, if you like, my only little criticism is the back end. It's a bit too cruiserish. If the mudguard was slightly further down and the tail unit was slightly higher up, it would pretty much be bob on for me, I think. So yeah, it's nice. Slight little criticism, if you like, as well, is on the, let me just see if I can find it now. Oh, I can't bloody find it. There's a join on the, you can't see it in this light, but in the shade, there's there where it's because this is tape. There's a join there, but it is a bloody hell. You know, it's a hell of a criticism. It's a tiny criticism, I should say. So, yeah. I like the embossed BSA on the side there. Yeah, it's quite a nice bike. Right, I'm going to switch you off now. I'm going to take a photo, and I'll see you in a minute. Bye. Right, we're back. I've just moved the bike because someone with a disabled person wanted to park in that car parking space. It wasn't actually a disabled parking space, but anyway, I obliged. Right, let's get back on. While I was there, a chap came up, just about to come away, and a chap come up and he said, "Oh, that's lovely, what year is it?" And so I said, "New, not registered." He said, "How can it be new? It's old." I said, "No, it's not old, it's brand new." So it was the sort of thing that we get with the Interceptor and the classic 350, so... well, hopefully Roger will let me come down in the spring and test ride one when the roads are better, and it's got a few more miles on it. That'd be good. So make sure you're still on. Yeah, there's one thing which is a criticism, and for me it's quite a major criticism actually, and that is it's the brake pedal. The brake is too high It's too high and it's too far in. So it needs adjusting. It needs adjusting down, because I have to lift my foot up and in, and even then, so it's like I have to lift my foot off my foot peg to go onto the pedal. But I'm sure that you can just sort that out with a bit of adjustment on the lever. Now, would I add one? Well, you know, I think I would, but I don't think I wouldn't sell my Interceptor. The obvious comparison is going to be with the Interceptor, and the top speed is probably, I think the top speed is supposed to be just over 100 mile an hour, which is on par with the Interceptor. But I don't think that's what this bike's about. Mind you, the Interceptor's not about that either, really, is it? 60, 70 mile an hour, it's adequate, isn't it? But it's somehow, the Interceptor, obviously, with it being a twin, is higher revving. And this is more of a plodder. Nothing wrong with that at all. But she does ride well. Yeah, you see, I just having to lift my foot off the, lift my foot up to, and like toe in, so you get your foot on the pedal. I don't actually use the back brake very much normally, but in these conditions I tend to use it quite a bit. But yes, it's really easy to handle around town, and but at slow speeds, I should say. Oh, I'm going over the roundabout. I no doubt some of you will tell me off for doing that. But there's a great big pothole to the left of it. Definitely need to take that baffle out though. I just can't believe how I've probably said it loads of times, but I can't believe how low it is. On all the pictures it looks quite a chunky, high looking bike, but so the seating, the riding position, like I say, is with the Interceptor bars being further down slightly, and these being higher up, and the foot pegs on the Interceptor are higher and further back than this, so that, to my mind, makes this more like the Classic 350. Now, I've not ridden a Classic 500, the Enfield, but I would imagine it's not far off this riding position. And here we are doing nearly 60, and it's purring away underneath us. You can feel a very, very, very slight, it's not even a vibration on under the seat. The seat is brilliant. I can't get over how good the seat is. Yeah, hats off BSA, you've done a good job. Yeah, that roll on there is lovely. Trying to find the dry line then round the bend. Bloody traffic lights again. How are you? Oh, you mucky. Right, we've got them bloody lights. God, they were three-way, and it was twice from that direction, twice from that direction before it let us out. Pain in the arse. Yeah. So it's yeah, it's a nice bike. It is. There's no two ways about it. They've done a good job. Like I say, if you want to have a look at all the other reviews to get all the specs and all the facts and figures, that's not the kind of thing I do. I just ride bikes. And hopefully the wind noise isn't horrendous. Oh, where am I going? I'm going that way. I wouldn't believe I used to live round here. Get a bit disorientated somehow. Yeah, it's easy to manage in town. It is quite long-legged, as someone mentioned on another video. I think it was Mr. Tame's video. Someone commented about it being long-legged. Yes, it is long-legged. But please don't compare it to the engine of the 350 Classic, because the little 350 is down by 300 cc, isn't it? So it's not a fair comparison. But the riding position now then, that's a bit more like the Classic 350 in my opinion. I'm trying to make my visor so I can see through it, but it's dry. Yeah, so anyway, if anybody watching this and they fancy having a test ride and you live in the Crewe and Nantwich area or beyond, then you could do worse than to have a word with Roger at Crewe Motorcycles. Crewe Motorcycle Centre, I think, to give it its true name. He's a great bloke. Like I say, I don't know if I've already mentioned, but I've bought bikes off him in the past, and oh yeah, I mentioned it earlier on, didn't I? And yeah, I'd like to thank him for giving me a shout to see whether I want to. Oh God's truth! More bloody traffic. You know what? I'm going to turn round. Where am I? No, go on. I'll probably rewind this forward. Right, we're back out of the traffic briefly. I'd just like to thank James, the Ainsworth rider, for his suggestion about the gold top socks. I've got those on today and my feet are okay. They're not as cold as they would normally be by now, let's put it that way. Yeah, for a real world riding motorcycle, it's lovely. It's a nice bike. Right, it's like I say, slight white lining. Adjust that big Healy brake pedal. And as far as the looks, the rear number plate is it's a bit low for me. I'd have preferred it to stay a bit higher up. And here we are, back at Crewe Motorcycle Centre. We'll park it over here. There's our van, look. So yeah, I am impressed. It's a nice bike. It is a nice bike. Very low, yeah, easy to handle. I think the finish on these, I think, is matte. They'd be better if they were gloss, maybe. Oh, I don't know. I'm nitpicking. I am nitpicking there, really. Turn my gloves off. And so yeah, I don't normally do reviews of anything, really. I just do ride videos on my Royal Enfield Interceptor and Royal Enfield Classic 350. But if someone gives me the opportunity to test ride something, I will. So if you like what you see, please comment, like and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Yeah, good bike. Right, bye for now, see you next time.